I encourage to find it in the body because we're walking around as a body mind. And one of the portals that has a lot of accessibility is the heart. And I could be totally off base, but it doesn't look like any kind of coincidence that it's like lots and lots and lots of heart irregularities to do with the heart, especially with people on the path. It's the evolution of the physical heart expressing in the image of the boundless heart. Expressing in the image of the boundless heart. Because when one takes the image of one's divinity, what one's place in the family of things, as Mary Oliver said, as when one takes their seat as that, it's the glory of God. It's the glory of humanity. It's the divine human being. When we take the image from the false self, well, we get war, peace, good, bad, sin, goodness, the whole gamut of all of that. And it feels confusing and hellish because it has no basis in the divine sacred reality. It only exists as a dream in the false self. It's a house of cards. It feels terrible. And it's always got to compensate because it's not consciously receiving, although you can't stop, you can't not be that which animates you. But we're not consciously aware of it or receiving it. And so it's just like the cross to bear. Life is the cross to bear. The neuroses are the cross to bear. The suffering is the cross to bear. And we think, oh, that's the earth. How many more lifetimes do I have to go? This is, I can't express the gratitude for those that have gone before and written it down and talked about it in ways that, they don't have to say a thing. Eckhart Tolle just wanted to live in Bonnie Greenwell's basement for the rest of his life, and never say anything. But he did. But they all say it's like a dream in the night. It's just like waking up in the morning and you go, wow, wasn't I just at the pizza parlor having pizza with so-and-so and it was real weird? And, but that dream, where is that? Nowhere. All of the fuss is just like that. And meanwhile, as Mary is showing us, the chorus, Kathleen knows what I'm talking about. The chorus of the glory. Maybe that's an old-fashioned word, but what else can I say? And there, with these subconscious divisions and sense of I'm actually something, we can miss it. we can miss it. And whatever's occurring in the moment can be suffered rather than loved. It's all treasure. It's all treasure. It's all treasure. It's all the infinite, beyond being, non-being, existence, non-existence, born, unborn, death, old age, sickness, beyond, 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 the infinite. So loves the world. You know, do we really think that it would be like, I'm getting a little preachy, but whatever. Do we really think that there would be something in the source of existence itself that would be like, you're doing a really bad job, bam, you're out of existence, you know, or like this punishing? It would just be as it is. Goodness, love. It wouldn't be, what would, it couldn't be what it, you know, it would be like water sitting there going, oh, I really want to be wetness, but I'll be dry in this case because they don't deserve it. It's just, it's so ridiculous what we've come up with. Me included, this included. So what does it take? Let me think. Let me just listen for a minute. It's an abandonment. It's an abandonment of conditioned beliefs. It's an abandonment, a willingness to abandon what one thinks about oneself and others. If you can't abandon it, and I get that, I fully understand that. There were so many, oh my God. The tapes of, it'll break your heart, which is good. Good news. Good news. But it'll break your heart what you've been saying to yourself all your life or saying about other people. Woo! That will break your heart. And it will all come forward. I mean, here, the image that was held in time and space about this, heartbreaking. The whole like you're never good enough or look right at, or doing the right thing or saying the right thing if you're a female, you know? And the day that you realize, wow, that's actually just all in here, is a sit down day. It's you know, I've used this before. I don't know if it works. You know, there's like the liberation desk, you know, it's kind of like, you know, the passport office where you go to get your visa, but it's the liberation people, right? And they're, you know, the ego is sitting there at the desk. Something comes up like, you're just fat and ugly, la, 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 you know, whatever. And it's like the ego goes, nope, I still need that one. Get back in line. And it goes back to the end of an infinite line of like, I'm bad, I'm bad, I'm bad, right? The next one comes up, well, okay, I've done some self-help and some good work with my psychologist. Yeah, I can let that one go. Stamp. And the ego, it gets to go. You know, it gets to leave. Pretty soon things start getting kind of like the ego starts getting pretty enlightened. Like Abya always says, a healthy ego is a real joy. So it's like, I don't know, a good, 15,000 of you can just go today. Bam, 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 all right. You start feeling lighter and lighter and lighter. Pretty soon, there's just days the ego doesn't show up, and a whole bunch of them get past the desk. Like, I'm out, because there's nothing there keeping it. I need that. That's me. Pretty soon, very, 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 very rare that the liberation police, the ego, shows up. But just like Papa G said, vigilance is to the end, because there are some deep roots, baby. Aja said there were a lot of Velcro thoughts. Byron Katie, somebody asked her, what do you do on your free time? She's like, worksheets. I'm doing the work. Like, what do you think I'm doing? She was mystified by it. So, the Office of Liberation still exists. Nobody's there most of the time. And it just is kind of a free-falling immediacy. A free-falling immediacy where love does as love does. Love is as love is. Very, 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 very little suffering. I was never a big sufferer because I just don't think enough, I guess. I don't know. I'm not saying it's good or bad. But the last, I'm going to backtrack. It's so funny. Our friend Alex and I were having a conversation. He was asking me some stuff. I'm a little bit like a big sister to him, like Sharon's a big sister to me in this teaching lineage, and he was kind of asking me some stuff about it. And when I first started teaching, I definitely felt most comfortable just kind of sticking with the absolute. Love alone is. And people who have sat with me for getting close to 15 years would be like, can we have a little more? I'd just be like, love is alone, kept it pretty impersonal. And then the last few years, just like most people, because there's so much dissolution going on in the collective, there was just like this hurricane, tsunami of like birth family stuff, and my mom passed away, and inheritances, and sisters and brothers divorcing and estranged, and all this stuff. And I just thought, sincerity. So the last few years have been, I just let it rip, as far as like, this is what's happening, this is it looks like a shit show, but it's like Teflon, which was very uncomfortable at first. Teflon is not comfortable for the ego. Teflon is not comfortable, where every single thing that's happening to you, even the death of your mother, which was felt deeply, and my mommy, but kind of slides right off. It's not a popular thing to say. And it doesn't mean what the ego thinks it means, as far as like, transcendence or aloofness or bypassing. It has a very different quality that's very difficult to language. Amidst and amongst is as close as I can come. And even that becomes pretty empty. But what I'm saying is the precious expression, the precious body of life, the precious body of existence. You hate to even say the word Christian anymore, but the true people who are open to the Aramaic teachings of Yeshua call it the body of Christ. Can't even extract an atom, or it's just all too precious, it's all too divine. This other stuff is not the infinite divinity behaving punishingly or badly. It's the condemnation, the division, the belief, the identification as separateness, as taking oneself out, like the second chapter of Genesis. Self-consciousness came into existence. And they started thinking, maybe I'm bad because I seem to be separate. I seem to be something. It's very innocent. It's totally innocent. This is key to understand how innocent it is. Not start putting our labels of something gone wrong and all of that.